We basically saw 2 years ago mass support for the movement that was led by the students. They toppled this dictator, former leader Sheikh Hasina. At first, the protests were about this quota system that basically favoured children of former freedom fighters for the independence movement for the country. You then saw the students start to realise we've got enough momentum here after they had ousted the leader. It was time to form a political party. Now, the National Citizen Party, it's headed by Nahid Islam. He has had to think about strategy, who to stand with, to form an alliance or not. And at first, it didn't look like the chances were going to be so successful to run just as a newly formed party. So in a bit of a shock and controversial move, they've decided to form an alliance with the largest Islamist party, Jamaat-e-Islami, in the country. Now, that has definitely given them more of a chance, and they've edged closer in the polls to the front runner, which is one of Sheikh Hasina's long-standing kind of competitors. And so we're seeing that at the moment it's a close race, but they definitely stand a chance, but at the moment they're not the front runner.
Well, who stands to benefit the most from this alliance between the NCP and the Jamaat-e-Islami, and will it garner enough numbers to go against this front runner?
So the two parties that it's basically coming down to are Jamaat-e-Islami with the newly formed student party, the National Citizen Party, and then on the other side we're looking at the Bangladesh Nationalist Party. Now, this is one of the most, oldest political parties. It was actually the front runner, the leader, Tariq Rahman. He is the son of Bangladesh's first female Prime Minister, and is basically someone that has tapped into nostalgia for the old order and stability. But unfortunately, every day when I've been speaking to voters and I've been speaking to younger people, they're actually saying, we were really optimistic when we saw the revolution 2 years ago and Sheikh Hasina was ousted and fled to India, but now we see that the path's going to be really tough because institutions haven't changed. They want to see more transparency, and they're worried that no matter who gets in, those institutions, if they don't actually change, you're not going to see democracy get back on its feet. So let's take a look now with one of the voters and hear what are some of their concerns.
The current situation reflects perfectly the proverb, old wine in a new bottle. To me, I think the uprising has turned fruitful for a handful of people only, despite the fact that its essence was to retrieve our democratic demands and traditions. But overall, the mass public received nothing from it. I feel the old-fashioned rule is continuing. I think the newfound state has become further crooked.
People are tired of corruption. They're tired of having this, kind of power taken from their hands. So they really want to vote in someone that they can trust and will be transparent. So they are worried, but at the same time, there is a lot of hope, and people really think that the students did the hard work leading this movement and really showing the world and showing other countries like Nepal that it can be done.
Libby, thanks for coming in. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.